Most people will work 40 years, earn over $1 million, and still die with almost nothing in the bank. Not because they were lazy, not because they weren't smart enough, but because of invisible financial habits that quietly drain wealth year after year without ever setting off an alarm. And the last mistake? It's the one the self-help industry actually profits from keeping you stuck in. Stay until the end. Welcome to Wealth Theory, where we talk about how money actually works. Subscribe to Wealth Theory if this is your first time you're seeing our video. Let's get into it. Mistake 1. Spending first, saving later. A study on lottery winners found that within 5 years, a third had declared bankruptcy. Life-changing money. Gone. Not because they were reckless, but because they never built the habit of saving first. Most people pay rent, food, transport, entertainment, then save whatever's left, which is usually nothing. Wealthy people reverse this. Savings come out first, then you live on what's left. Think of it like paying yourself before paying anyone else. Your landlord gets paid, your grocery store gets paid. But you get skipped every single month. 10% saved automatically every month for 10 years can completely separate two people with identical salaries. One retires early, one doesn't retire at all. Same income, different sequence. Money without a destination disappears, always. Mistake 2. Confusing the image of wealth. With actual wealth, Warren Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Meanwhile, a huge portion of people driving luxury cars are financing them at rates that mean they'll pay nearly double the sticker price. The millionaire next door found that most real millionaires drive used cars and avoid flashy spending. Because they understand one thing: looking rich costs money. Being rich creates money. You can't do both while you're still building. Here's the psychological trap nobody warns you about. Social media has made it impossible to know who is actually wealthy and who is performing wealth. You see the car, the watch, the vacation. You don't see the credit card statement, the loan, or the stress behind closed doors. Stop measuring your financial progress against people whose real financial situation you know nothing about. Every dollar spent on status is a dollar that stops working for you. Mistake 3. Navigating without a map. Imagine a contractor who shows up to build your house with no blueprints, just vibes. That's most people's financial life. They don't know what comes in. They don't know what goes out. They only know it's gone before the next paycheck. A budget isn't punishment. It's information. When people track their spending for the first time, they're always shocked, not by the big expenses, but the small ones. Forgotten subscriptions, food delivery markups, autopilot spending from years ago. Here's a simple exercise. For just 1 month, write down every single thing you spend money on. Every coffee, every impulse buy, every subscription. At the end of the month, look at the total. Most people are genuinely surprised, sometimes embarrassed, by what they find. And that moment of honest awareness is worth more than any financial advice you'll ever receive. Awareness creates control, and control builds wealth. Mistake 4. Waiting for a bigger salary. Once I earn more, I'll start saving. But research shows people who earn more tend to save a smaller percentage than people who earn less. Why? Lifestyle inflation. Salary goes up, so does the apartment, the car, the restaurants. A person earning $60,000 saving $1,000 a month will outperform someone earning $120,000 saving nothing. Every time. Wealth is built by the gap between what you earn and what you spend. The habit comes before the income, not after. Mistake 5. Keeping money idle saving is necessary. But saving alone is slow, and inflation is quietly working against you. The $10,000 you saved in 2010 buys significantly less today. Prices rise. Cash doesn't. This is why investing matters, not as a get-rich move, but as a protect and grow strategy. A diversified index fund has averaged roughly 10% annually over the long term. Not exciting, just quietly effective. Here's what that actually looks like in real numbers. If you invest $300 a month starting at age 25, by age 60 you could have over $1 million, assuming that historical average holds. Wait until 35 to start that same habit, and you end up with less than half. Same money, same discipline. A decade's difference. Time is the most powerful factor in investing. Every year you delay isn't just missed returns, it's missed compounding you can never get back. Mistake 6. Building a one-legged chair. When COVID hit, millions discovered they had one income source, and it had just disappeared. One job, one paycheck, one employer. That's not stability, that's fragility. You don't need to become an entrepreneur overnight. Just build small streams over time. Freelancing, digital content, dividends, a side product. The goal isn't to get rich from a side hustle, it's to make sure no single event can collapse your entire financial life. Multiple income streams aren't a luxury. They're eventually a necessity for anyone serious about long-term financial security. Mistake 7. The trap nobody talks about. The personal finance industry makes money when you believe wealth is one insight away, one secret, one system you haven't found yet. So people consume videos, books, courses, accounts. They feel productive because they're learning about money, but they're not building anything. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You probably already know enough to start. Save first. Invest consistently. Spend less than you earn. Avoid debt that doesn't build assets. Most people don't have an information problem, they have an execution problem. Real wealth is boring. Same decisions, made consistently, over a long time. Spend less than you earn. Invest the difference. Add income streams. Don't quit. The people who get there stop searching for the shortcut and start executing the fundamentals, imperfectly, repeatedly, for years. That switch from consuming to applying, that's the actual turning point. Subscribe to Wealth Theory and drop a comment. Which of these mistakes is the hardest to break? See you in the next one.